Hi, myself Sourav Chakrabarty. I have secured All India Rank 1 in this year's ICAR examination under the module Entomology at Nematology. I have completed my graduation from Vidhanchandra Krishi Vishwavidyalaya, West Bengal. I am very much thankful to all my well wishers for this massive success. I have started my preparation from third year onwards, and now I am here to share my thoughts and strategies regarding this particular examination. Regarding the subject, this is divided into three parts. One is entomology, another one is nematology, another one is the general agriculture. In entomology, it is again divided into some parts. The first basic part, which includes insect morphology, taxonomy, anatomy, and physiology, and I have used Insecta 1 by TNU authors for this particular aspect. I have also used Angrao e-notes for insect physiology and anatomy portion. Next up, the applied entomology portion, and I have used Insecta 2 book by TNU authors and applied entomology by D.S. Reddy. From the book D.S. Reddy, the toxicological approaches, the plant protection appliances, non-insect portion and the crop pest portion are very much important. Next up, the beneficial insect purpose, I have used the Insecta 2 book by TNU authors and Elements of Economic Entomology by Devin and Ramamurthy, which is very much important. For the non-insect pest portion, which includes the mites, rodents, crabs and birds, I have used the Elements of Economic Entomology by David and Ramamurthy for this particular aspect. Next up, for nematology portion, I have used the Bajaj and Walia book, which is very much important, and you have to revise it carefully more than once. For a quick revision in nematology, you can also use the nematology treatise book. If time permits, you can also use the Advanced Nematology Refresher by Amit Ahuja. But the whole book is not important for you. You can only follow the nematode taxonomy, basic nematological laboratory techniques, nematode management, and Cynorhabditis, a model nematode, for this particular book. Next, the general agriculture, which is the most rank determining factor for this examination. And in entomology, the weightage of general agriculture is generally higher than any other subject. So you have to cope up with the general agriculture very carefully. For this purpose, I have used the Nemraj Sunda book, that is a competitive book of agriculture, thoroughly. Some subjects like genetics and plant breeding, like agriculture extension, like soil science, you need to have some concepts regarding that. And for the concept clearing purpose, you can also follow the Arun Kattayan book, volume 1 and volume 2. Another one part is very much important for this examination, that is the current affair based questions. And for this aspect, you can follow different current affairs book which are published before the JRF examination. Also, Agri Toppers Academy announces the current affairs. Now, the MCQ solving aspect, which is very much important. But I am not that much of fond of solving MCQs, so I do not have followed that much of MCQ books. I have only followed one MCQ book on entomology, that was his Abstracts of Entomology and Nematology by Priyankar Mondal, Ortho Kundu and Adrish De. You can also follow the Shravan M. Haldar book, which is also very nice. But one thing is that the question pattern is changing day by day. The statement based questions, the assertion reason based questions are increasing. So you have to follow the online mock tests like Agri Toppers Academy. They generally use the statement based questions, that matching the assertion reason based questions for your practice purpose. For the general agriculture practice, you can also follow the SR Kanta book, which is a bunch of questions. So it can be regarded as a question bank. So we have to follow it carefully and read it thoroughly. Now, the strategies that I have followed for this particular examination. There is not any kind of rocket science for strategy making. There is no need to study hours after hours for this particular examination, but you have to follow a particular schedule and strictly adhere to it. Next up, you have to make some short notes from the in the exercise book, because there is lots of informations are there and you have to cope up with it within the time of examination. Then you have to make a particular strategy how you solve questions in the examination time. You have to cover the easier questions first, then the tougher question, and lastly the most tough questions that will be helpful for you in time management. Lastly, there are no shortcuts for this examination. You have to read it, revise it as much as you can, and keep yourself calm, keep cool, believe in yourself, and there is no need to give up. I am very much thankful to Agri Toppers Academy for giving me such a platform for sharing some thoughts with the next year juniors. Actually, I'm not that much of well acquainted with this kind of interviews, so a lot of mistakes that may happen. I feel very sorry for it, but thanks again. Thank you for giving me a chance, and best wishes for you. I always hope you do the best. Thank you.